Okay, so you see what we're supposed to see?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Okay, number 6 is one of those trickier problems. And like I said in the other video, in pre-calculus, when you do trig identities, which, Ryan, is that what you're in this year?
Oh, yeah.
And you probably haven't got to them yet.
No.
That's probably coming here in the next period of time, and who knows, maybe it'll be something that's not covered as much with the pandemic. But it's also, it's kind of like trig identities, and it's also kind of like playing chess. You have to be able to see 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 moves ahead. So obviously, starting out here, first step, JK or J naught L or K naught L, that's pretty simple that we can distribute. And then what distributing is number 12. And then combining JK or JK, that's rule number, or what? Rule number 7. Okay, and again, once we get through this a little bit further, I'm not going to make you write the number for the rules. You just have to be able to, be detailed and show what we're doing. Okay, so what I want to do, and again, I'm just kind of looking ahead. It's legal, right, to AND with the number with 1. Right? If I AND with 1, that's rule number 2. So I'm going to take that middle term and AND with 1. And you say, well, wow, how does that help? Well, where that helps is I need to write 1 in a special way. And again, I'm looking 5, 6 moves ahead, or at least 3 moves ahead where we can see what's going to happen. What I want to AND that with is J naught L and K or K naught. So in essence, this is going to make it more complex before it simplifies. K1 to be K or K naught, that's what, rule number 8? Okay, you with me?
Yeah.
And I know you're probably still like, why are you doing this? Well, when you do enough math problems, you start to see this type of thing. JK, so now I'm just going to distribute that. So I'd have J naught LK or I would have what? J naught L K naught or K naught L. So that's rule number 12. So now what can I do? I can factor out of the first 2, I can factor out a K. And if I take out a K, I've got J or J naught L. And that's rule number 12. And then I want to reorder things and also factor out on that second group. Let's see, what can I factor out of the second group? If I flip the order and factor out an L, and I'm not sure, and I've done this problem before many times. The other thing that sometimes happens is you can go down the rabbit hole and you have to go backwards to go forward. So I'm not sure if doing this step now is going to send me down the rabbit hole or not. Let's see. So if I reorder that, that's going to be K naught Actually, there's an LK naught in both of those, isn't there? Let's just reorder. I don't know if that's going to matter. LK naught. That doesn't matter. That would just be J naught or 1. And I don't even have to reorder, do I? I just factor it out. That's the same rule twice. I think that's okay. Okay, let's see. Then what do we got? J or J naught L? What rule is that?
13.
Yeah, that's consensus. So that would simplify to J or L. Oops. So then this would be LK naught, and J naught or 1 is 1, so that goes away. That's going to go away. Right, so that's rule 13, and then what, J naught or 1 rule is that? J naught or 1 is 1, that's rule 6, right?
Yeah.
So then we can distribute again. I'd have JK or KL or, oh yeah, we're good. Or K naught L, or LK naught, doesn't matter the order you write that in. And ANDing with 1, so we did what, rule 12? And then ANDing with 1 is rule 2. So we did rule 12 and 2, basically. So then I have JK or, and out of both of those terms, I can take out what?
L.
An L. And K or K naught. So that's rule 12. So then JK or L and K or K naught is what, 1? And that's rule 8. And then that would give me JK or L. ANDing with 1 is what, rule 2? So luckily I didn't take a wrong turn. And, on the way to Columbus, make a pit stop in Sydney, Australia, or something like that. I didn't make a wrong turn and go down the rabbit hole and have to go backwards. Sometimes that happens in these types of problems. So, are you going to have to do tons of these? Probably not. Most of them are more straightforward like all the other ones. And really, that's all the next section will be. We'll finish this section up with analysis and talk about optimization. Talk about optimization again on Friday, and then the next section is just adding those De Morgan's theorems, which is 2 more rules at the bottom of that rule list that we haven't done yet. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Was that bad?
Not really.
Not really. It's just looking at what do I need to do to make things simplify. The one question I've sometimes given for a bonus from that last section, we had that product of sums and sum of products, if you remember, the one we breadboarded. Those two questions have the same truth table, and the expressions are very different. And to prove by Boolean algebra that they're the same is a lot harder than question number 6 here. I mean, I've sometimes given it as a bonus question. If you want a challenge and you're bored and you want to do some Boolean algebra for fun, we'll look at that for either Friday or next week, because it probably takes a full sheet of paper. Of course, so does our project. The majority vote probably takes pretty much a full sheet of paper. Our project that accumulates in this chapter. You have 4 variables and 8 terms. It simplifies down to 3 or 4 terms. So don't worry, we'll go through that one together. And if we're still remote or blended, I'll probably work from an answer key so we don't end up going down the rabbit hole. Because I don't want to lose any more time. So sometimes that happens, and I let students help out, and we end up taking 2 days to figure out how to solve the problem. Because if we get going the wrong direction, then we get steered out of control, and we have to start over. So I'll probably work from an answer key this year just to keep it simpler for us. But aren't these kind of things fun?
Oh yeah.
They ask you to, do you drive yet? You driving yet?
Yeah.
It's just like driving. I mean, Google Maps takes you one way, the GPS in your car takes you a different way, and Apple Maps takes you a third way. And it changes every time you go. I've driven to Sandusky 8 times this summer to go fishing. And if you go Route 250, every time it told me to go a different direction. I never drove the same way twice.
Jeez.
So, I mean, that's what this is like. As long as you follow the rules, you can get to the end a lot of different ways. But if you end up at a dead end, or you get to a railroad crossing and your truck is too tall to go underneath it, now you have a problem, that type of thing. So, I mean, it's fun. I enjoy this type of thing, but then again, I'm a math nerd, so. All right, well, hey, that's all we got. So you're good.
All right. Thank you.
We'll see you Friday, and we'll get this video posted for anybody else that needs help. All right.
All right. See you.
Yep. Bye.